Hey guys, Jan the Gamer here, and this is gonna be the very first part of my basketball talk podcast. It's only gonna be me though. It's gonna be my opinions and my views on certain things in basketball. The first part of this is gonna tackle a very personal subject for most people. It's the topic is basically why the WNBA players don't get paid as much as the NBA players. they can the WNBA players are amazing athletes. Most of them can play in the regular NBA with the men. Always believed that. I can imagine Sue Bird being the star of her own team alongside men and women. I can imagine her in a Miami Heat jersey, which is my favorite team. I can imagine her playing point guard or shooting guard for the Miami Heat alongside Jimmy Butler, alongside a whole host of other women and men uh, players. So I'm gonna go straight to the reasons why they don't pay the women as much as the men. So it's estimated that the regular NBA, the men's league, generates around 7.4 billion in revenue, while the WNBA only receives around 25 million a year. Compare 25 million revenue per year to 7.4 billion. Obviously, you're gonna have a lot less wiggle room to pay your stars. That's a no-brainer. They also receive less money in broadcast rights than the NBA, which is also a big concern. So most people would like to argue that the reason why the WNBA is failing is because it's boring. To me, it's not boring. I see those athletic women that can go against regular NBA talent, and I see just as I see the NBA. Obviously, the game is totally different because it's a more fast-paced style than the regular NBA. It's more shooting and layups than flashy dunks, flashy layups, flashy passes. Even though the WNBA has a fair bit of flashy passes and flashy layups. But the the reason why most people say it's boring is because mostly they don't see the flashiness. Most people watch NBA because they want to see big, strong people, men specifically, dunk it from the free throw line or do a 360 windmill like Vince Carter or stick their tongue out like MJ did when he went for a dunk. The basketball is not about that. Those are great moments in each game, but it's the NBA, the basketball in general is not based on that because you have to factor in the team, you have to factor in the offense, the defense, the coaching style, the management, the ownership. You have to factor in a lot of things when you're in a organization such as the WNBA and the NBA. So, as of January 14th, 2020, under the new deal, the WNBA maximum base salary will rise to 215,000, up from 117,000 in 2019. Even the new maximum would be a fraction of the seven-figure salary that top women players can earn playing in China, Russia, and Turkey. I'm prefacing saying in China, Turkey, and Russia, most female players get paid a lot more, as in, seven-figure salary. And I'm gonna go off topic a little bit. Kobe Bryant, in a CNN interview, said there are current WNBA players who could most certainly keep up in the NBA. Kobe cited the Phoenix Mercury's Diana Taurasi, four-time WNBA champion Maya Moore, and reigning league MVP Elena Del Don as women who could make their marks in the men's game. That was as of January 22nd, 2020. That was posted on CNN. But also, the WNBA has lost significant money in the last 22 years, including $12 million last season, on average, over 10 million every year they've operated. The NBA commissioner Adam Silver told the Associated Press in October, attendance across the league was down nearly an average of 1,000 fans per game. And that's a very big margin because most of the revenue that they get are either from TV deals, which the WNBA can't keep up with the NBA, and the fans buying the tickets to go to the physical games. At the Phoenix's Dawana Bonner would be the WNBA's top earner in 2019 at 127,000, right, for the year. Stephen Curry at that year was paid about 34 million, closely followed by LeBron James at 33 million. So you can see what the revenue and the occupants of the stadium does to propel the NBA and to diminish the WNBA, basically. But the only reason why the WNBA is failing is because they don't have as much viewership as the NBA. That's the sole reason. It's not boring. It's very entertaining. It's just a different type of basketball. I love all type of basketball. I watch the Puerto Rican League. I'm from Puerto Rico. I watch the Puerto Rican League, and comparing that to the NBA, to the Euro League, is marginally worse. If I can watch that, I can watch any type of basketball. So the WNBA to me is top three. Obviously, the first being the NBA, second being WNBA, and third being EuroLeague. China is to me it's the most boring out of the three, but I can still watch it. It's entertaining to me. So most people want to preface this on saying most WNBA players want to make an argument that they should get paid the same as regular NBA players, and I say you're right. You're completely right. But if your company, your organization that gives you money does not have the money to pay you $33 million a year, it can't pay you $33 million a year. Because I can get that it's kind of unfair that the best WNBA player only gets paid less than $200,000 a year, and the best NBA player gets paid more than 30 million a year. It's a very big margin, and it's worlds unfair. Being completely honest from the heart. But if the WNBA can rebrand itself, in my opinion, or do something to grab people's attention, or if they merge the NBA with the WNBA, which would be my preferred thing, then, in my opinion, it could be beneficial for both parties. Because then the NBA wouldn't have to back the WNBA as much. The WNBA wouldn't lose money and could pay their stars, so they could merge both associations. But that's impossible. I don't know if it's impossible, but it's very implausible because it's a very hard thing to do. I don't know about this stuff. I'm just frankly giving out my opinion. So, if the NBA and the WNBA merge, it's going to be beneficial for both parties because basically the NBA wouldn't have to support another association besides themselves, and the female players would be paid as what they are worth in this new merged league. For example, Sue Bird will be paid roughly $20 million a year, $15 million a year for her effort. Uh, Sydney Griner would be paid easily 15 million to $20,000 a year. 20,000 million, my bad. And this is all just me debating on whether or not, or looking for a way, basically, to say, oh, we can pay the women more if we do this. But this is going to be very hard if the NBA could consider doing it. But anyway, this is the first video of my basketball talk show, or podcast, or whatever it is. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, a comment. Your input is needed. Later, guys.